Yo guys, what is happening with Multiple Games, and welcome to another episode of our modded Minecraft City Let's Play series. Wow, that's a mouthful. Yeah, we're back here with another episode, and I have made a lot of progress. Yeah, it's actually going very well over here. We've got a bunch of builds, new builds I want to share with you guys today. In fact, this is probably going to be more of like a tour episode / detailing episode / maybe a little bit of work because I see the resort is not quite finished. But it's going to be that kind of episode. Same with kind of the last one. Well, the last one we did do some building. I want to show you that build because it's done too. But first of all, I just want to drive us in here and show you guys sort of roughly what I've done. Obviously, we have the mountain here. And in fact, was this last episode or this episode where I extended the mountain? I think it was last episode, but I'll hop up here just to be sure. I basically just built it up even more than it was before. I think before it was right around here, so everything behind there is new, and it basically continues all the way down until it meets up with the other very large mountain. Yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, you can probably already see that I've done a bunch of work. Now, the first thing that I did was actually drawing all the lines on the highway and the Sunset Boulevard street that we're working on. I've also worked on a bunch of new houses, a bunch of different little detailing bits here, and you'll start to see them all as we start to drive in here. I've added a bunch of palm trees. Honestly, hold on real quick. This place doesn't look anything like it did like last episode because I've just done so much with trees and whatnot, which I know has been a big suggestion from a lot of you guys. And I just thank you guys for suggesting that because it really does help make the world look better. We've got a bunch of palm trees though down here, nice little bushes everywhere, and a nice, I'm not sure what was supposed to go here. I think a picnic table, right? Anyway, we'll do that one day. These are the bathrooms for the beach. We've got a little parking lot here. I've also gone around. I've lit up every single building. We'll go to nighttime here in a second. But yeah, I've built a little intersection here, which I think turned out pretty good. I've elevated this, which I'll get to in a second as well. There's so much to talk about. A little crosswalk. But first of all, we'll talk about the resort because that was very unfinished last time, I believe. I've added some trees here. Nice little walkway around an open little lake. We've also done the walkways over here, which I think I did with you guys, but it's more just a fact of I've done all the builds. In fact, we cloned them all last time too, right? So really all I've done is I've gone along. I finished that one as well, and I've also still need to do this one. I think I built this actually off camera, so this is the main little bit here. And then if we go in here, we've got the pool area with a couple loungers. Turned out pretty nice. We've also got a couple little resorts or another little. These are actually the suites, like the hotel rooms or whatever. They continue into here. Why is this? What happened with the beds? Why is there only one bed in there? Oh, and the doors are on backwards. They're just trying to drive me insane. I wonder if this is an issue with all the units. It looks like it is. I'm gonna have to go through them and add in the beds. That's kind of annoying. But anyway, still quicker than building them all. Also, for whatever reason, the trapdoors are missing on those glowstones over here. I actually used a copy and paste command to put these down, so I'm not sure why that would have been the case, but nevertheless, I'll go ahead and replace them. Yeah, a couple little things that had to be fixed over in this area, but nothing too major. A little bit of work still needs to happen. You guys can see the hills behind there with a lot of new progress as well. We've got this nice little green area over here as we approach the first sort of usable lot down here, which is the gas station. Realistically, in the real, like even the Los Angeles map, and in real life, I was down there in the street view. It's actually closer to the road, but we're not, again, making a one-to-one map here, just sort of something roughly like that. This is still obviously a work in progress as well, but I'm happy with how it has turned out here. Nice little, area to sit under, fill up your gas, a little convenience store, and then a car wash. Yeah, I think it does a trick. There could be some more detail definitely added to it, but it definitely does a trick for what we're doing here. What I'm doing over here is I'm starting to go up and build up to the elevation. The idea is that this elevation right there is going to join up along here with this elevation, and sort of this will be like a little valley, and we'll build it all up. So this road will follow up and do it, and do some windy stuff, and go around a couple of the bigger houses. Across the street, we run into the first of the mansions here that are kind of along Sunset. And we're not going to call this Sunset, I don't think. We might come up with some funny names for everything, or some cool names, I should say, not funny names. But yeah, we've got our first little mansion here, and if you walk into it, it's shaping up for sure. This is a little front porch area. You're going to walk in. It's a decent size. The plot line kind of gets cut off by the road, but we'll have a little pool back here, I'm sure, and everything else will probably just work itself out. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, though. If we go up this road, which looks really cool with all these, all the hedge walls, which is very, like, kind of Los Angeles, realistic to that. If we go up here and continue up this road, you'll see, first of all, the house we were working on last episode, which has had some detailing done to it, too. I've added some nice trees in here, kind of give them a little bit more privacy. A lot of the views been taken away to some extent, to be honest, just because, well, I mean, not necessarily up here, but because of the trees in the houses below, it's definitely affected the houses up here. Yeah, like the view down here isn't as good as it used to be. Nevertheless, I think this is still a fantastic house, one of my favorites. If we continue around here, I built this one off camera, I believe, so I will show you guys this. This is just a nice little brick slash clay, or no, concrete build with nice little balconies, multiple balconies actually that go out over here. And then the whole upper area is a big, huge balcony, like a party deck, which I think turned out really well. This one might be new as well. I can't remember, but we'll go inside anyway. And it's got this nice little opening here to a balcony as well. Anyway, I believe you guys have seen this one and this one as well. They've just been lit up with some torches. I've also added some detail, or no, on the other side of the road here. Yeah, all along here. A couple different palm trees. Kind of makes it look very nice as you're driving through here. And yeah, just detail all these little empty areas. If we continue up the road, though, you'll see some bigger changes up here. We come up here and we see one new build or house that's been put in right here. And it sort of joins around here. I should probably take this garage out because it's literally 90% of the house. But anyway, it opens up here, and maybe just be the kitchen down here, and then the rest of everything else it could be up here. There's also no balcony railings here, which is not good. But yeah, again, everything's still very much a work in progress. I've been jumping around doing some different stuff, but that one's turned out pretty well as this one, which is another one I've added with this kind of interesting pattern. But yeah, you know, it's just a regular house on the inside. There's nothing really to show here. There's no interiors, but it has been lit up as well, so it all looks very good at nighttime. I'll probably just end up detailing this. You could probably slide a house in there. I might consider it, but I'll probably just end up putting trees there. But you can already see the hillside starting to shape up. Now, the big exciting one that I did was this one right up here. I've added a little gate down here because a lot of these places that are kind of on their own have their own driveways. You drive up here. Wouldn't want to be here in the winter. Luckily, there's no winter here. But yeah, it's got this nice little house up here. I'll actually show you guys from around the side. Again, no need to go inside because there's nothing really going on in there. But yeah, it's a nice property overall. There's a nice little walkout area over there, as well as a pool. It's a flat back. Yeah, I felt like we added enough detail to make it look good, and I didn't really want any windows in the back. I might still add some, like up here, for example. Might be a good place to throw one or two of them down, but for the most part, we'll just be leaving this one without any windows, obviously because there's a hill behind it, not because I chose to do that. I usually try to add as many windows as possible, but anyway, this is going to do just fine, actually, and those windows look really good there. Perfect. I also didn't add anything to the top because I wanted it to be very sort of like Los Angeles vibey, no little top bit. Like not one of these wraparound top bits that we have over here. Anyway, I'm thinking that one turned out very well, and it's kind of sitting up there, all situated up in the hill. I definitely like it. Check out the view of the hill so far. Looking really good. If we continue down here now, we'll get into the next little sort of new area. I just lit up a couple of these, I believe, but they're still a work in progress. I did the dotted lines, though, and I also detailed this hill, which I've actually started to put in. Yeah, this hill, in my opinion, is looking pretty good. I've added little stone bits here on the lower bits, which is actually using the command. I just removed the dirt or replaced it with the stone, which I think looks a lot better. I might do some of that on the actual mountain. But yeah, this looks really good, and I'm happy with it. We've got all the trees going around it, and I've put a couple buildings up here, which again still need some detail work. I've had a little pool for these buildings, which I'll get into in a second. We go around here, though, and we can see all the trees that have been added here. There's a really cool little park over here as well, which will be continuing on the other side of this little road. But it goes through here, looking really good as well. And then you meet up with this on-ramp, which you might recognize from GTA. I tried to do my best. That kind of goes on. There's usually cars parked on the side, and it goes down onto the big the highway. Yeah, I don't know. I think it does a trick, sort of. The pier will be coming up next across here somewhere. So we'll figure that out when we get there. Might not be for a little while. But yeah, overall looking pretty good. I've added these two little white buildings here because, again, in real life I saw some white buildings on the corner. So I decided to build something similar to those. They kind of look like this with these things sticking out. So I went with these. I also had a parking garage for good measure because, again, in GTA, I think there's a parking garage you can actually drive through and jump down onto this road. It might have been more on the corner, but I added it here, and it kind of works. You can't really jump through it, but it's a parking garage, so yeah, it does the trick. And that's basically everything that I have to update you with for right now. I don't actually think we're going to get to any building because it took a little bit longer than I thought. But what I want to do now is actually turn the time to nighttime. And there we go. We can already see. In fact, let's set it a little bit later, 16,000, and now we're going to be pitch black. And you can kind of see, I haven't had any streetlights yet, but what I have done is lit up every house. And you can see it's looking actually really cool. Yeah, I know, this place is going to be really vibey at nighttime, especially when it starts to fill out like crazy over, you know, the miles and miles of ground of Minecraft land that will be taken over by this city. It's going to look awesome. You start to look at it from some of these buildings, and it's like, wow, that actually looks really good. So I'm really happy with how it's looking. The amount of trees we've added is just fantastic. I think it's just making this place look awesome. Anyway, I really just wanted to come on and give a quick update / tour of this place. So we might head on to here again and do some building. In fact, we will head on to here again and do some building on Friday, and possibly even on Wednesday if I decide to do some skyscraper builds in here and whatnot. But that will be pretty much all for right now. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. So if you have any suggestions for builds you'd like to see in this city, as well as any suggestions for how I should detail the rest of it and whatnot, that would be awesome. But yeah, I am going to leave it there. Again, if you guys enjoy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.